Okay, so you've been collecting aluminium and metals for recycling, and it looks a bit like this, and it's sort of sorted but not really. It needs sort of testing and sorting and then crushing. So the first thing is to test is to get so I've got a fridge magnet. It's quite strong. So we're going to remove anything that's magnetic, jam jar lids, bottle tops, soda siphon, air refills, tins that aren't tins, made of tin, and clips, etc. So we collect them all up and remove them from our collection. These are the ones that are aluminium, so we take out the magnetic bits, which are the very small bits at the bottom. Remove the candles, they can be recycled. I think there's people locally melting down candles, and then we'll use all these in our aluminium collection. So stuff that's magnetic, we don't want it. If it's magnetic, we don't want it. We want the aluminium. Aluminium itself, if you actually start looking at it, is a much paler metal, as in a lighter colour, and also it's much lighter in weight. You actually feel the difference when you pick it up. Next thing I'm going to do with all of it is make it as small as possible. So any whole cans, you need to take them somewhere hard outside, maybe on a hard surface, and flatten them, because if I remove all the air, you'll probably get about 3 cans in the same volume as 1 can uncrushed. Anything that's very, very similar in size, so all these pie dishes, we stack them with very little air between them. All the Christmas ones, or stacked bows, we've got a stacked pile of here. These are too small to process. So all of these bits, we're going to use some of these bigger pieces to put all this lot in, and flatten it as much as possible to get rid of all that air. Okay, this one's a goodie. So we've got some things here that people are giving us that are aluminium. The first things are like Easter egg wrappers. There's a crush test. Look, when they're aluminium and metal, when you crush them, they stay crushed. And actually that's a really good thing, because when we crush them, we get rid of all the air and we can make them as small as possible. This is a cream cheese lid. This is a coffee lid. This is a bit different. This is half and half, so you can actually see. So this is actually plastic with the aluminium on it. And this isn't aluminium at all. Things like this don't crush, they don't stay crushed. You can crush them up and they come back out, they're plastic. So that needs to go in the bin. This one we can actually sit and split it off if you've got time. But otherwise, probably just put it in the bin. Up to you. Quite satisfying, a bit like stripping wallpaper. Tea lights, we're going to remove these completely. These are not aluminium, they're magnetic. We don't want them. These we can crush once they're empty. You can crush them down and flatten them as much as possible. Remove the wax and flatten them. So what we're going to do is make a pasty, an aluminium pasty. We don't want any of these bits flying around the skip, so we put all the tinier bits in. So crush it up as much as possible and make a pasty. So nothing falls out, and the more you push it, the more air comes out of it and the denser it becomes. So you don't get anything falling out. And then if we can do it once the other way as well, completely cover it up so none of the bits fall out into the field where we collect it. And exactly the same if you've got square ones, shove it all in, turn it upside down, and do the same again. Squeeze the corners, make it as tight as, mind your fingers, as dense as possible so there's not bits flying everywhere. Going to test the weights. A bag full of flattened cans, a bag full of unflattened cans. Unflattened ones are 2 kilos. And the crushed ones. Oh my gosh. What is that? 6, nearly 7 kilos. Okay, let's do it physically. How does it feel, Lucy? Which one is heavier?
Well, this one is obviously much lighter.
But you can barely get off the floor. We get paid when the skip is full, but the skip has to be full of crushed stuff because we get paid by weight, not the volume of the skip. So if they're all full uncrushed cans, there is no weight, so we need to crush everything so it's flattened, so the skip is heavier.